All right, so you ready for this?
Hit me.
Okay, so we've got this news article, and it's dated March 12th, 2025. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and it details something pretty unbelievable.
Okay.
Confirmed contact with a dragon.
What?
You heard that right? An actual dragon?
I I mean, how?
I know, right? It sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, but
Yeah.
all signs point to this being the real deal.
Okay, so where did this happen? What do we know so far?
So this all went down in the Altai Mountains on March 8th, 2025.
Wow.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah.
And leading the charge on this were Dr. Alexander Thorne from the University of Cambridge.
Okay, familiar with his work.
Yeah, and Dr. Isabella Moreau of the Muséum National d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris.
Oh, wow. Big names.
Right. The article dives into some pretty fascinating details. We're talking a creature 14 meters long with a wingspan over 20 meters.
Oh my gosh.
It's officially designated as Draco altiensis.
Braco altaensis. Okay.
And get this, early observations suggest their emergenic capabilities?
Yeah, fire breathing.
Potentially, yeah, and bioluminescent scales, too.
Bioluminescent scales.
It's unbelievable, right?
This is huge.
It's huge, and that's exactly why we're doing a deep dive today.
Yeah, I'm hooked already.
I know, right? We need to unpack all of this. So let's start with the moment of discovery.
Okay.
Paint me a picture there. You're on this research team
Right.
in a remote glacial valley in the Altai Mountains.
Okay.
It's dusk, you're conducting eDNA sampling.
All right, so collecting environmental samples, looking for genetic traces.
Exactly. And suddenly this creature emerges from the tree line, 14 meters long, a wingspan that seems to block out the sky.
I can't even fathom something that massive.
I know, it's mind-boggling. The article quotes Dr. Moreau's reaction, and it really captures the essence of this whole thing.
What did she say?
She said, "We were stunned, something entirely new yet eerily familiar."
Eerily familiar. I like that.
It really gets to the heart of it, right?
Mhm.
This creature is completely new to science, but it's also something that feels deeply ingrained in human myth and storytelling.
It's like we've always known about them on some level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the article goes on to talk about all the corroborating evidence, high-definition drone footage, multiple independent researchers on site.
So this wasn't just some fleeting glimpse or a case of mistaken identity.
No, this was a documented, scientifically verified encounter. This Draco altiensis was there.
Which begs the question, how does science even begin to wrap its head around something like this? For years, any reports of large winged reptilian creatures were just dismissed as fantasy.
Right, it's like our existing biological framework just didn't have a place for them.
A fire-breathing giant lizard didn't exactly fit neatly into the evolutionary tree as we understood it.
Exactly. But then the article starts to hint at this growing body of genetic, anatomical, and environmental data.
Okay.
And they mention experts like Dr. Katsuro Tanaka from Kyoto University and Dr. Samuel Caldwell from the University of British Columbia.
Those are some big names in the field.
Yeah. So what is the link here? What's the insight that bridges the gap between myth and reality?
Well, Dr. Tanaka's explanation is particularly fascinating. It involves what he calls an epigenetic factor.
Okay, break that down for me.
So imagine the genetic blueprint for these extraordinary traits might have been lying dormant within existing reptilian lineages for a very long time.
Okay, hold on.
Now, significant environmental changes, and the article doesn't specify exactly what kind,
Right.
but you can imagine things like major climate shifts, geological events, something like that,
Yeah.
could act as a trigger, essentially switching on these long-dormant genetic sequences.
So it's not necessarily an entirely separate, undiscovered branch of evolution.
Right.
It's more like a hidden potential within creatures we already knew about suddenly being expressed.
Precisely. And the article really emphasizes the rapid manifestation of these extraordinary traits.
Which is a huge takeaway. I mean, it suggests that this isn't some slow, gradual evolutionary process that we just missed.
Right.
This is something potentially much more recent, a response to the changes that are happening in our world right now.
It's a fascinating concept.
And mind-blowing when you think about the implications.
Absolutely. And this biological revelation obviously has huge ramifications that go way beyond the scientific community.
Oh, totally. The article talks about the immediate geopolitical and ethical considerations. The UN convened an emergency session.
Wow.
Because this isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a global event that demands a coordinated response.
It makes you wonder, how will humanity interact with this new reality? Are we going to approach this with wonder and respect, or with fear and a desire to dominate?
That's a really good point, and the article actually quotes Dr. Mariana Lopez Garcia, who warns against panic and exploitation.
It's a crucial point to make right at the outset.
Totally. She emphasizes the critical need for responsible action from the very beginning.
We're not just dealing with a new animal, we're potentially establishing a whole new kind of interspecies relationship.
Yeah, and it's not just about high-level diplomacy either. The article mentions a joint statement from the IUCN and the WWF.
The International Union for Conservation of Nature and the World Wildlife Fund?
Exactly. They're advocating for immediate protected species status for Draco altiensis.
Conservation has to be a top priority.
Absolutely. But the article also touches on a more unsettling aspect, the security concerns.
Oh, right.
It mentions classified discussions within NATO and other global alliances,
About
the potential defense applications of draconic biology.
It seems that the question of weaponization always follows close behind any extraordinary discovery.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it?
It is.
This amazing creature, with its thermogenic capabilities and bioluminescent scales, could become a tool for military advantage.
A very unfortunate possibility.
Yeah, so let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the future.
Okay,
The article mentions that the Altai Mountains have been declared a restricted research zone,
that makes sense.
and major scientific institutions like Oxford and the Smithsonian are getting involved.
So what kind of research will they be prioritizing?
Well, the article lays out some of the key questions. What's really fascinating is the potential for multiple populations of Draco altiensis.
So is this sighting a unique event, or?
Or are there other dragons out there living undetected in remote corners of the world?
It's a tantalizing thought.
And understanding their ecological role is also going to be crucial.
Yeah.
How do they fit into the existing food web? What do they prey on? What impact do they have on their environment?
All valid questions.
And, of course, the big question, how long have they been living among us without our knowledge?
This discovery really highlights how much we still don't know about our own planet.
It does make you wonder what else is out there, just beyond our current understanding. So as we start to wrap up this initial deep dive into the news of dragon contact, what are the key insights you think will stay with our listeners?
Well, I'd say first and foremost, the confirmed existence of Draco altiensis is a monumental shift in our understanding of biology and natural history.
It challenges some of our most fundamental assumptions about the diversity of life on Earth.
Exactly. And then there are the emerging scientific explanations.
Like a concept of environment-triggered epigenetic changes.
Right, which offer a fascinating and potentially revolutionary insight into how dramatic biological transformations can occur relatively quickly.
And of course, we can't forget the global implications of this discovery.
Spanning diplomacy, ethics, scientific inquiry, it's huge.
It truly feels like we've entered a new era of natural history.
As the article puts it.
Exactly. This isn't just about cataloging a new species. It's about potentially rewriting our entire understanding of the planet and our place within it.
It compels us to reconsider what we thought was possible.
So to everyone listening out there, we want you to consider this. How does this news challenge your own assumptions about the natural world? What other seemingly impossible things might now seem a little more plausible?
It's a lot to process.
It really is. And as we grapple with this extraordinary revelation, what do you think is the most critical balance we need to strike between our scientific curiosity, the need for conservation, and the potential societal impacts of such a profound discovery?
This is just the beginning of a much larger conversation.
A conversation that will likely continue for generations to come.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Until then, keep looking up.
You never know what you might find.